Community Foundation of the Ozarks now has 2 arts and culture grant programs open for application. The $215,000 will support member agencies of the Springfield Regional Arts Council in Springfield and its 27 county service area. The grants are also being funded by Springfield's hotel motel tax in an effort to increase travel and tourism in Springfield.
We're wanting to invest these dollars, both community dollars and private dollars, to have a significant, long-lasting impact. It's going to be very transformative for our arts community, the people who are doing the work, and the people who love to come to be a part of those experiences.
Agencies can apply for up to $10,000 in programming support for advocacy, education, and collaborative projects, along with access to the arts and other related projects. Applications are due by 11:45 p.m. on April 25th, and the recipients will be announced in early June.